No Limits, episode 123. It is the current year. What year is it, Sam?
2027.
Almost, Bree.
What's funnier than 24?
25.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor, and I'm joined by my co-hosts Brianna and Sam. You're listening to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast, episode 123. Bree, did you get a haircut?
Mm-mm.
You changed something with your hair?
Mm-mm.
Looks different. I don't know what it is. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. Remember, you can find the video version of this pod over on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia every Tuesday. And while you're over there, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you'd rather listen to audio, we are on all your favorite podcast services. We would love it if you'd leave us a review. It helps us grow, and we would love any feedback. If you want to support us and get early access to all Save the Game at Media content, head over to patreon.com/SaveTheGameAtMedia and choose the tier that's right for you. Just like our current patrons did: Fabulous Brianna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Lindsay, Nikolai Knight, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, David Hotterite. As I'm reading this, I think I recall Kevin updated the patron list, and I might have forgotten to update it. So let me do that in real time.
While you're doing that, this is my cat right now from my POV.
Wait, let me see.
She's very cute.
Aw. Hi, Luna.
She's grumped a bit.
Let's try that again. So, thanks to our patrons, Fabulous Brianna, Rick Davis, Chad, Ellery Woods Parker III, Sol Cannon, Lee Navarro, the Xbox Expansion Pass, Dave Harp, David Hotwright, Lillian, Marcus O'Neill, Brendan Myers, Cypher Primus, Nikolai Knight, Lindsay, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother. Wait. Did Bree leave the Patreon?
Mm-mm. You read my name.
Or did Kev? Oh, yeah, Fabulous Brianna, the first one. Of course.
You haven't lost your touch, Taylor, this year.
Right.
You know, we're off with a bang.
What are you talking about, Sam? You guys are probably better off without me. So
You just didn't read them in the right order, so
I know, because we have an order on the notes, and then Kevin has his order in the Discord, and it's all screwed up.
And his order is incorrect.
His order is incorrect. We have to do it it's not alphabetical. Where does this order come from? We have in the notes.
From me being funny.
Okay. I'll put it back in that correct order.
That can't be right.
Wow. So you guys
Remind me why I'm here.
You recorded a Stellar Blade review.
Good question.
And then took a week off, right? And that's what happened in the 2 weeks since I was gone, right?
That is something that happened, yes.
Right. I need to listen to your Stellar Blade review. I need to do that. I still haven't. Sorry.
How could you do this to me?
How could this happen to me? Wow. Well, hope you all had a good holiday.
I had a good holiday, yes. Not enough time off.
Oh, okay. I didn't have time off. Not to brag.
I did, but I want more.
Yeah.
This is my first full... Well, this week, upcoming Monday through Friday, will be my first full week working again in like a month, basically. So I don't want to.
Fair enough.
Sam.
Yeah. How about you? Did you get some?
Did you win, son?
Did you get things that you were looking for on Christmas?
I got everything I asked for, Taylor.
Wait, I'm going to guess what Sam asked for, okay?
No, we're not doing this, Taylor.
Yep.
We're going to be here for a month of Sundays.
No. All right. He just asked for money.
No.
Oh.
If he would have asked for anything, he would have said, "Oh, I don't need anything." That's for sure.
Asked for.
He would not ask for anything.
What'd you get, Sam? What'd you get?
What he received and what he asked for is two different things.
Indeed.
I don't think you'd ask.
Well,
for
he said he got everything he asked for.
That-
So they're not.
So if he asked for
in a
nothing,
sarcastic, childish voice.
Oh
Taylor.
my God.
That being said, I did technically ask for one thing, which expanded
oh,
to two things. I wasn't expecting the second thing, but I got the second thing. I typically don't ask for anything, so you're right, Bree. Well done. 10 points to Gryffindor.
I'm not a Gryffindor.
Okay. So this is a bit off the wall, but what was, I should say, out of left field for me. But also it makes perfect sense because I'm very much a tangible, like
Guy.
things guy.
You like to be touched. Yeah.
Something I've been thinking of doing for a number of years, but this specific thing is what tipped me over the edge into
It's vinyl.
the trigger.
It's vinyl.
I'm now a record guy.
I knew it.
No, you didn't, Taylor. Don't lie.
I said vinyl.
No, you didn't, Taylor. Don't lie.
I am being gaslit.
Yeah, so I got the Outer Wilds vinyl.
Wow.
So I can listen to Timberhearth and the Travelers
Well, I
and
cry
Final
myself to
Voyage whenever I want.
Mhm.
I've got it right behind me on a new desk I built.
You built a new desk just for your record player, I assume.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
So that's cool. And then I've subsequently invested in a few more things. So I've got the Ghost of Tsushima vinyl. Just picking up lots of stuff. I've got June Part 2 on the way. I've got Oppenheimer.
Interstellar.
I would, but that is surprisingly hard to find.
Interesting.
And expensive where you can find it. So I'll keep searching though.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I did. So I've just been listening to a lot of nice orchestral music, really.
Nice. Now, me, the record player noob, Sam, you cannot rewind a record. You can only flip it to the second side for the second half of the songs in your record. Is that correct? There is no rewinding on a record player.
No, but I mean, you can still pick up the needle and shift it backwards or forwards a couple of tracks if you want.
So how do you know when you're shifting the needle if it's how many tracks it is?
Well, because if you look on a record, there's delineations, because obviously it's just one big groove that spirals, right?
Yeah.
The whole way from the outside to the inside. And along almost every single record I've ever seen, there are little breaks, very minor, where if you're playing a record through, you will hear like a couple of seconds of silence between each song. And that is the needle tracing along the break until it reaches the grooves of the next track.
Right.
So if you know what the track list is on each given side of the record, you can count in the number of breaks that you're in or the number of breaks that you want to go in. So you can skip to the beginning or end of a given song.
Interesting.
That's what you can do.
It's funny you say that. I'm almost done reading the book Dracula by Bram Stoker. Bree, I've been reading. I've read like 6 hours on my return flight.
Good job.
Thanks.
So proud of you.
One of the characters in Dracula records his diary on a phonograph. And Dracula was written in, I believe, 1897, so right about the turn of the 20th century. Yeah. And it's funny, like the characters would talk about. Another character sees the phonograph and they're like, "Oh God, like what is this contraption? It saves so much time writing regularly, and it works with these metal canisters." And part of the book goes into how a phonograph works, right? Precursor to the record player. Or I guess also precursor to. Oh yeah, it's recording. So
if you guys ever want to have just the best time ever, one of my favorite things in the whole world is listening to Tolkien read some of his writing. He didn't do a lot of it, but there are some recordings. He didn't narrate all the books. There's very short sections of his books that he narrated. Particularly him reading the Ring verse is one of my favorite things. So
He's what nation? Is he British or is he somewhere else in the UK?
he's British.
Gotcha.
As all good things are.
Wow. Okay. Oh my God, there's artwork, Sam. I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's like a notebook of the Outer Wilds adventures.
I love that soundtrack with
Aw.
all of my body and soul.
Bree,
Yeah.
if you stream Echoes of the Eye, I will watch.
Okay. What if I do it
Thank
while
you.
you're at work?
Oh, I can't do that. Sorry. As the Canadians would say, sorry.
What do the British people say?
I don't know.
I
Sorry.
can't repeat it aloud. It's
Why
far
me?
too graphic. Yeah. That is probably roughly what
All right.
happens. Blimey.
Every once in a while, I read something and I'm like, that has to mean something to British people, but it means nothing to me. You can, like, sometimes you can tell that it's like an author that's
Mhm.
British. I'm like, no idea what that means. Like, I genuinely thought the treacle tart was just a Harry Potter thing
Mm,
because I had no idea what it was. So I had to ask Sam.
gotcha.
Look at him. He's so disappointed that we don't know everything about British people.
Well, there you go.
Taylor, do you know what treacle tart is?
Trinkle tard?
Treacle. It's like TREACLE. And then
Treacle tart.
TART.
Is this like a Pop Tart?
How American an answer have you?
Or is this like a tart, like a dish, like a tart sweet dessert?
It's a dessert.
So it's like a fruit tart?
No,
Treacle. Is treacle a food? Is
I
that a
don't know.
region?
I
Treacle.
don't know.
Tart. So I assume it's a tart, a dessert tart of some sort.
Yeah,
And it's
it's Harry Potter's favorite dessert. Of course.
it's a Harry.
It's not a
okay.
Harry Potter thing. I
So-
thought it
so-
was, but it is Harry Potter's favorite dessert.
This is the thing, right? I would hope I'm not going to say her name, but the author of Harry Potter, the author of anything, if you're going to name a dish something and you make up a word, please define what it means. Thanks in advance. So, do they ever define what treacle is in Harry Potter?
No, because apparently it's just a thing in the UK.
Oh, let's Google it. Treacle. Treacle. It's a British term for uncrystallized syrup that's made. Oh, I hate it. Shut up, AI overview. I hate Google AI overview has made me despise Google over the past month. Anyway, according to Wikipedia, so I think at least a bit better than AI overview. Treacle is any uncrystallized syrup made during the refining of sugar. The most common forms of treacle are golden syrup, a pale variety, a black treacle, a darker variety, similar to molasses. Black treacle has a distinctively strong, slightly bitter flavor and a richer color than golden syrup. So let's see, treacle tart. Yeah, Toff likes it.
Sam.
Treacle tart.
Sam loves this.
Yeah, traditional British. Yeah, I'd have some treacle tart. Looks like it's basically.
I mean,
looks
yeah, I'd try it now that I know what it is,
It
but
looks
I
like pie.
didn't know
If you
what
look
it
at the
was.
images of it, it's basically pie. It's weird that they call it a tart, though. I don't see anything tart about it.
That's not the definition of a tart.
Oh, fine. It's a shortcut pastry with golden syrup, breadcrumbs. Oh, and lemon juice or zest. So it is tart. The tart.
You
is
don't need
most-
it to be tart for it to be a tart.
Yes, you do. A
No, you
tart
don't.
involves you have an acidic,
No, it doesn't.
fruity component. I agree. No, it's my stance.
How can you have a stance on something that just genuinely isn't true?
Show me an example of a tart where that's not the case.
A fruit tart.
Yes.
There's
What's-
nothing acidic in there.
It's fruit. Fruit is acidic.
No, it's sweet.
No, fruit is acidic. This is not. This is a fact.
Just because there
Fruit-
is an acidity doesn't mean that it tastes.
No, it doesn't. But I'm saying a tart usually has it's a fruit Somewhat strong tasting
Okay,
fruit in it.
tart, the definition from Oxford Dictionary is an open pastry case containing filling.
Fine. Well, but I've heard the adjective. When someone says this tastes tart,
Yeah, that's a different tart
an
word.
adjective.
There's more than one meaning for the word tart.
No, what is that? A homophone? Same word, different meaning? Or is that a homo something?
Because there's the adjective tart,
Yeah, and then
which
the
would
noun.
mean that something is sharp or acidic.
Right.
But then there's also the noun tart, which
All right,
is
you got
the
me.
pastry.
Fine.
Apparently, there's also a third meaning that I've never heard in my life. That is a person who dresses or behaves in a way that is considered tasteless or sexually provocative. I assume that's British.
Sam, how do you like treacle tarts?
Yeah, they're good, Taylor.
Okay.
Good sugar tart.
Anything else we need to know about British people?
They look forward to moving on to the next segment of the podcast.
All right, what you been playing?
Yeah,
Sam.
I'll just rattle through them because there's actually not that much. I jumped into the Tales from Galaxy's Edge Star Wars VR game that was added to the catalog last month or the month before. I can't remember. Times a Flat Circle. That's actually better than I thought. Better than it has any right to be. Haven't finished it, but good game. I picked up a physical copy of El Paso Elsewhere.
Yes, great
and
Max
I'm
Payne-esque.
Very Max Payne. 4 or 5 hours into that, loving it. Me and my dad have picked up Lorelei and the Laser Eyes as our
I've
next
been wanting to play that.
puzzle bonanza. And we're again probably about 4 or 5 hours into that, and it is horrifically difficult and complex. I'm not going to say much, but I would say, like, if you know the kind of stuff that happens in like Inscription, I think it's quite close to that. If you know, you know. I've been playing a fair amount more Helldivers because that's just held my interest since the major update last month. And the other thing, which may surprise you, is I'm probably about halfway through Metaphor ReFantazio.
Wow, that is surprising.
Yes.
You say you don't like those games. What's happening?
I don't. I have tried Persona 5 several times and haven't really gelled with it. But I thought, it's been getting a lot of buzz. I typically like to, if I can, try as many of the Game of the Year contenders each year as I can. And this one is obviously like, it's not Persona. I mean, I know the Personas are technically standalone for the most part, so you can kind of do whatever, but this is a brand new thing. There's no real required understanding of any gameplay mechanics or elements. And I thought, well, I'll give it a go. For the first 10 hours, I wasn't liking it at all. And then I reached a point in the story where I'm not going to say loving it, but I will say I'm engaged enough that I want to see it through to the end, which I will. So yeah, I'm not sure it's made me a fan of Atlas by any means. I don't know that I'm going to be jumping into their next game per se, but yeah, surprisingly good. I will say surprisingly
How's the
good.
soundtrack?
Yeah, I think. Well, I would say there's a couple of really strong tracks, which I think most people know. If you know the music in Metaphor, you probably know which ones I'm referring to. Outside of that, I can't say I've paid that much attention to it, which is probably an indictment on it. But I'm also, I think the way my brain works, paying far too much attention to the dialogue where I'm just ignoring everything else. So I'm just trying to absorb as much of what people are saying and not really listening to the background stuff, which might be a mistake, but that's me. So yeah, that's everything I've been playing.
Taylor.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been playing anything. Just kidding. Surprise, Sam. I finished Resistance last night. And I need to talk to you about recording a review retrospective. Sam, audio listeners, Sam is doing exactly what it sounds like you think he is. Now he's out of his
That's
chair.
true. It was actually shocking that he just did that.
Yeah. Okay.
Very inappropriate
Sam's chair is moving.
in a very sexual way.
It's just left and right, Bree. I don't Okay.
Now I can see his head moving in a sexual way.
Oh my god. Hey, buddy. And you think I'm the crazy one? Silly. Sam,
I never said Sam wasn't crazy, just to be very clear.
The final sequence of Resistance Fall of Man, no spoilers, took me about 90 minutes of dying, and then I beat it. Like the very last segment.
Yep.
You have to do a certain activity.
Mm-hmm.
Resistance Fall of... Oh, and it said I unlocked new weapons for the campaign. Yep. I didn't start a new game to go check. Maybe I'll do that one day. But, meh.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. In the meantime, it's not really that much, so...
Yeah, you know, I guess my short thoughts. Resistance Fall of Man is
bad game.
It is okay. The world is very interesting, especially when you get into the Chimeran Tower. If you just look around at the internal architecture, it's like, you know, Alien and a military, or like the movie Alien and international military kind of merged. But yeah, it is certainly from 2005. It looks the part. And I'll say it's okay to decent. There's times like in the last section of the game where the pacing is just kind of a slog. Some of the checkpoints in the last section are not. Some of the checkpoints throughout the game are kind of unforgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I played on normal, and I'm saying that. But a lot of really cool weapons, I will say. Bullseye is a great concept for a gun, where it's a homing laser dart, effectively. Yeah, guns that can shoot through walls. Guns that are basically spray LMGs. They hit like the hailstorm. So, yeah, Nathan Hale isn't that compelling, but the world of Resistance, the Chimera is. So yeah, I've since decided, you know, I'm already in 2005 era PS3. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and play games that look muddy from 20 years ago. So I just installed this morning Killzone 1.
Also a bad game.
So I told
Sam,
like, you can skip it. I'm like, Sam, I want to see it for myself. Let's see how mid it is.
You're just a glutton for punishment, Tyler.
Yeah. So I think I want to stay on that theme. I just want to knock out all like the 2004, 2005 era, late PS2, PS3 games, so I can just rip the Band-Aid off on the graphics that really aged badly. So then after Killzone 1, the plan would be God of War 1. Then Resistance 2, then Killzone 2, then Infamous 1, somewhere in there God of War 2. It's the rough layout. My game roadmap in the short term just looks like more PS3 games, Sam.
That's okay by me.
Yeah. However, I've also been playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. Oh boy. Oh boy. What an amazing world Euro Truck Sim. What, Sam? What do you love?
Carry on.
It is great. I've been looking up trucks. The YouTube algorithm is now recommending me truck videos. It's great. I'm perusing the UK right now. My headquarters is in Brussels. And I'm discovering all the UK cities. And every new city I go to, I'm writing down interesting facts about them.
Are you allowed to talk about this game in an American accent?
I don't know how to speak in European, so I could have gotten American Truck Simulator, but I didn't because I felt like I knew enough about U.S. geography. ETS2 is an opportunity to learn about European geography that I didn't really know at all before. Like, for example, Britain or UK is roughly only 150 miles across, but it's about 500 miles north to south. Belgium is only about 90 miles across.
There's a
Countries
lot of countries and cultures packed into a very small space.
Yes. You don't understand how small Europe is, Americans. You really don't.
I don't think they that's the funny thing is that like the concept of like how big the US is versus how small like all of those like European countries and stuff are is just so funny to me.
Yeah, you can look at maps. Like people superimpose Europe, I'll say not including Russia, Europe on top of the continental U.S. and like it covers a good part of the Midwest, but like doesn't get close to filling up the lower 48 in terms of landmass. However, if you go to Russia, now Russia exceeds the amount of land the U.S. has by a good margin. But is Russia part of Europe? That's up for debate. I guess they consider what Western Russia is Europe, but Eastern Russia is Asia. Or is Europe? You just call Russia Eurasia? I don't know. According to Google, Russia is considered to be part of both Eastern Europe and North Asia. So there you go. Yeah, your truck sim too. Saving up to buy a garage and a second truck so I can hire a virtual driver to earn me money. And it's great. And I've only ran a few red lights so far. You get fined if you run red lights or go over the speed limit. Okay, one gripe I will say. When I was coming off the ferry from other parts of Europe to go to Britain, naturally, I started driving on the right side of the road in Britain because I was used to it from traveling through Belgium and the Netherlands and France that way. Only did I realize I was driving to oncoming traffic. And I'm like, oh, right, I'm in Britain. So I had to awkwardly go in reverse for about 3 minutes while I transferred to the left side of the road. Sam, you got to get rid of this left side thing. Okay?
I agree.
No.
I will say, I like the amount of roundabouts Europe has. It's a lot better than traffic lights. It's my take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come play with me, it has multiplayer and called Convoys in Euro Truck Sim 2. There's also, Convoys. Join my convoy. We can go trucking together on the same jobs. We can carry forklifts together.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
That usually means no.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Just helping so that Taylor doesn't get disappointed.
So, yeah. I'm also anxious about my job, but that's not games I've been playing.
I mean, it kind of is game of life.
I'm like, I made a mistake at work. Am I going to be fired tomorrow for it kind of thing? I won't be fired. I think it's my anxiety playing mind tricks on me. But anytime I make a mistake, I have this fear that it will find its way to my manager, and then I'll get a doc in my performance review, and then I'll lose my job.
And then
my life falls apart, and I shrivel up and go away.
And then
I don't know. Anxiety's irrational. I
is.
forgot to mention, I saw Nosferatu on Friday, Sam.
Yeah.
And Bree. If you guys, Bree, do you know the main conceit of Nosferatu?
I know that you get to see a
Yes,
thing.
you do. Besides that. Sam, do you know
That's
the
all
theme
I
of-
know about
you
the
know-
movie.
Okay, you know the theme of Nosferatu, Sam,
What a
right?
surprise, Bree. What a surprise.
It's a vampire that not
What does
only
that mean?
sucks your blood, but it
Sucks your thing.
Okay.
no. No. Played by Bill Skarsgård of all people. But it was a great movie to see in the theaters. I will say. Robert Eggers does a great job. The
As
cinematography is great.
always. What a great director.
He is. Especially coming off of reading Dracula by coincidence. It was very satisfying seeing all the inspiration, where Nosferatu departs and where it stays with Dracula. Heavily inspired by it to a significant extent.
Yeah.
That's where I've been. What about you, Bree? What are you playing?
I've mostly just been playing League of Legends.
Nice.
Haven't really been playing much else. I will say, since we have last spoken for this podcast, I did play Neva. I believe it's Neva, but
All right. How was it?
wow. It was incredible, and I don't think I've ever cried so hard. Yeah. I was really upset by decisions of the story. It's like one of those things that I kind of knew was coming or suspected was going to happen, and the way that they do it was incredibly devastating. And I was really mad. But the game was so good, and I really recommend it. It's it's really good. Highly recommend. I think that is all that I've played. Oh, I beat the final boss in the main game of Elden Ring.
Wow.
The final boss was not that difficult.
Just wait. So you said the final boss, and the final boss.
Yeah, because there's like the boss that they like give you that's like, hey, this is like the final boss. And then of course you beat that boss and
Just
it's like, hey,
kidding.
there's another boss.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
That's the main game.
yeah.
Was that a fun fight?
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I accidentally selected one of the endings without knowing what I was doing.
Oh no. Okay.
But it was just like I was really excited to see a character, and so I like went to talk to her, and it was like, oh, here's the ending, and I was like, oh, okay.
There you go.
And I was like, not
Arguably the
upset.
best ending.
I was gonna say I was not upset.
Nice.
Don't know what any of the other endings are, but I was like, I actually don't care.
Oh well. Yeah.
So now I still have to beat the final boss for the DLC, but I got mad, so I was like, I need a break. And then my dad's been playing Silent Hill 2 remake, and he's, I believe, been really enjoying that.
Wow.
He keeps calling Pyramid Head Triangle Head, and it's really driving me crazy.
What's the cross section of a pyramid? Let's wait.
I'm not saying it's not a triangle. I'm saying he has a name, and his name is Pyramid Head.
Bloodborne has pyramid heads too.
Mm-hmm.
They're called executioners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to mention I started and finished The Legend of Zelda for the NES on Nintendo Switch Online over break. And
You beat a whole game?
The Legend of Zelda here. The
That's
original.
crazy.
It is a video game. It's not aged well. With save states, it was giving me a lot of issues. The way some of these dungeons are laid out and the difficulty spikes are massive.
Mm.
And a lot of the hints are archaic. Like, what do you guys think grumble means?
Someone's hungry.
All right, Sam. Well, I didn't think that. So because I didn't think that, I didn't know to progress in a dungeon, I needed to bring a random enemy a piece of mutton from a shop owner in the world, and then bring it to the dungeon, display it in front of them, and then go through.
So the funny thing is that I was making a joke and I actually ended up being 100% correct.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. This was the solution.
Fantastic. What can I say? Get good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I can't imagine playing games without the internet.
well, Nintendo tip line existed until 2010. If you were rich. Because back in the day, phone service was expensive too.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember paying for minutes when we were kiddos?
Mm-mm.
Landlines. Yeah.
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 Yep. Sure do.
I remember having
How much am I paying for these minutes?
What, Sam?
How much am I paying for these minutes?
You're paying in tears from laughing so hard.
Nope.
Because Sam
So
just
close.
enjoys spending time with us.
Yeah. Sam, what does LR stand for on your sweatshirt?
Oh, LR. It's lost in random. It's
Well, striptease. All right. Okay. Lost in random.
It's from it's a game.
Oh, it's a game.
Yeah. Lost in Random is a game. So you guys probably don't remember, but
I know nothing.
The latest state of play September state of play. There was that like animated like claymation game. That's playable on It's PS5 console exclusive, I think, but it can be played in VR as well.
It's also on Steam.
Yes, that's why I said console exclusive. Yeah.
Right.
And it's made by that studio, or I think people who were founded or were from that studio. And yeah, I managed to be in touch and get some of a little bit of their merch. They've got some branded D20s up there because the game is all about rolling dice. So
I don't know where
That's
my
what it
D20 is. That freaks me out. I just realized I don't know where it is. All right. I'll find it.
I don't own a D20.
I own a metal D20. It's very heavy.
It is heavy.
But I don't know where it is.
Can't you buy
Also,
weighted...
you guys, I don't know if I ever told you this. This is random, but I just saw it. I have a giant bag of ducks.
A pyramid heads? Oh.
They're ducks.
Oh, right. Remember this, and you would hide them all over your house?
Yeah, I've still been doing that. It's great.
Yep. Toph would probably try eating one, so I shouldn't do that.
Well, you don't have people to prank in your house.
Excuse me. I have Scott.
Oh, I forgot about Scott. I'm so glad you brought him up. I was going to ask some questions. I was going to send questions. Oh, that's too bad.
Scott is holding my friends hostage. But Scott's my friend too.
So is he holding himself hostage?
He's not my only friend, okay? Maybe he's holding you two hostage.
Sam, is Scott in the room with you? Is he pulling a Nosferatu?
Wow,
yeah,
you don't really
he's
want
waiting. He's in bed, lying in wait for me under the covers. He's just
I mean,
shrunk.
it does kind of look like there's somebody in your bed.
Yeah, so that's what's going on.
Nosferatu, best practical effects I've seen in a long time, by the way.
The pee-pee was prosthetic. So
Yeah, I did know that.
Aww.
I only knew that because somebody else that wasn't him said that they like got to take it home or something like that. I can't remember.
Okay.
Taylor didn't want it to be a prosthetic.
No, Bree, that's not true. I did want it to be a prosthetic.
Did you?
I mean, the art would kind of go against that, but
yeah, I would agree with that.
Whatever floats your boat, Taylor.
He's so pretty.
What the
Orlok, Count Orlok.
Oh.
He's so cute.
We're learning a lot.
He has holes in his back.
None of this is surprising me that we're learning about this. About Taylor.
Anyway, there's been a bit of news since we last recorded a regular show, and also we want to go over our predictions for 2025 for PlayStation. Let's call it Project 2025, guys. What do you think?
You sure? That's
No thoughts.
Yeah, gonna
Let's
work
make a
out
big
very
textbook
well.
about it.
Yeah. Huh?
And give it to the new administration.
But
it's just about our predictions for PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then it'll replace
Good.
it'll replace the Project 2025 they currently have. And yeah.
Okay.
Well, I forgot to include it in my list, but before I talk further, there was a Killzone 2 event in Helldivers 2, right? 2 waves of DLC. The first wave I missed because I was not co-located with my PlayStation and I did not have access to remote play. So I couldn't access, or my PC, so I couldn't access it.
It'll come back, Taylor. Don't
No, it
worry.
won't. And then wave 2 was given away free. I haven't. So wave 1 included certain Hellgas armor and skins and weaponry, and then wave 2 included others, right?
Yeah. So the first wave was the bog standard Hellgast trooper with a assault rifle, cape, a few other things,
Right.
and then the second wave was a Hellgast sniper with 2 weapons and additional cosmetics. So.
Yep.
Yeah, people gave Arrowhead shtick, like I don't get it. To be honest, I get people. We're in the era of people not wanting to pay for things, but the amount of stuff they've given you for free, I think it's probably all right to spend 20 quid on some Killzone stuff if you really want it. Especially because it's not FOMO. It will be back, Taylor, as
FOMO.
much as you protest that it
FOMO.
will not be back. But still, like you say, Taylor, they gave away the second wave for free, which they didn't have to do, and they did it. They made that decision and announced it within 24 hours of the first wave releasing and the backlash. So I said it before, I'll say it again. Arrowhead are goated. I think they're doing almost arguably too much for the community at the minute. And I know that sounds like a preposterous thing to say, but I feel like if we want Helldivers to be sustainable long term, they do need to have some of these things, and it's not like egregiously egregious. So I would hope that when the next collaboration comes around, they don't like half the price. I think like 15 is probably where they want to sit. I would have been fine with 20 across the board going forwards, but if that's the price I have to pay to get the other updates for free, then that's what I'll do. I'll pay the price. So
Nice.
unfortunate that I'm alone in all of this hell diving.
I was going
Isn't
to,
that-
but then I discovered Euro Truck.
Something nobody's ever discovered before.
Although, Sam, now that I'm back, it's true, Bree. Euro Truck 2 has only been out for 12 years. They're still releasing DLC for it. They just released a Grease DLC, which is actually pretty beautiful.
Grease as in the cult classic movie?
No,
Or-
Sam, the country.
Okay.
We can
I
drive
thought
around
so,
Greece.
but just thought I'd clear up.
They released DLC for Italy, France, Scandinavia, the Nordics, the Baltics, the Balkans, Eastern Europe, now Greece. They're still working on. I think actually they're still working on the Nordics, Ireland, maybe Iceland, if they do that one day.
Yeah.
They were going to release the Heart of Russia, but then the war broke out and they've been holding off.
Putin is footing it.
Anyway, back to gaming. Yes, Helldivers acknowledge Killzone exists, and I'm living through it vicariously through you, Sam. But now, as of this morning, of course, I've installed Killzone 1. Fun fact, in the Killzone trilogy, you have to install Killzone 1 from disk to play it. You cannot play it from disk.
Mm.
And there's a digital manual, and it just tells you the controls, nothing more, which is a little sad.
Yeah.
But if I got the Killzone 1, like, actually, no, you cannot get Killzone 1 physically on PS3 outside of the collection.
Yeah, because it's a PS2 game.
It's a PS2 game, yeah. So I'll be playing some Killzone. Sam, just tell me, does that classic Hellgas helmet show up in Killzone 1?
Yeah.
Good. That's all I need. Just that helmet.
Okay.
Just that helmet. And then it's going to be an average 2004 shooter with muddy graphics in different shades of brown.
Yep, pretty bang on.
I'm so excited. I might quit 2 hours in and then play Killzone.
You probably
2
will.
instead.
And then just go straight to Killzone 2.
I used to think if I play the worse older games first, I would appreciate the later games that much more.
Mm.
That's happened in Halo. Well, graphically at least. It's happened in Half-Life. I love Half-Life 1, but the graphics didn't hold up. But anyway, it didn't feel like it worked for Zelda Resistance.
Mm.
Anyway, stop it, Taylor. Helldivers. Yay. 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 Let's drop nukes on the enemy. Yay.
Indeed.
All right, Sam's blinking a lot of times. He's blinking in Morse code. Let's move on to the next one, guys. I'll just screw it. I'll just do it. All right, PlayStation monthly games for this month, January. Quick hitter: Kill the Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, and the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Mid-month, if I had PS Plus, I would have redeemed Ultra Deluxe for sure and played it at some point. But I don't have PS Plus.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think it's bad. It's as bad as people say it is. Obviously, it looks bad because Suicide Squad is there. But if you're a DC fan, I would say that the campaign is worth playing through. In the same way that I would have said the same thing for like Marvel's Avengers. So if you haven't played it yet and you're getting it for free, like I think that this is an okay month. Obviously, Stanley Parable is great, and Hot Pursuit is arguably one of the best Need for Speed games. Not that I care.
It is.
Yeah. Certainly need to up that game in the coming months, I think, which is possible, but
I mean, it's just January, so
yeah.
Farming Simulator 25 come out next month on PS Plus. Come on.
Don't speak that into existence.
Yeah, Farming Sim is pretty cool, guys.
Stanley Parable is really cool.
That's what they tell me. It can't be that good.
The broom closet ending, fire.
What's this stuff about people liking to go in the closet? Right.
Yeah. The beginner's guide isn't on PlayStation, is it? I don't think so. I think that's just on Steam.
The beginner's guide, is that a demo?
It
No,
might
demo.
be. I actually think it might be. I could be wrong.
For some reason,
Oh,
I feel like that's
beginner's
just a
guide.
PC thing.
Yeah.
But hey, Bree, we're that
Yeah.
much closer to
We are
Wonderstop.
that much closer. We're in the year,
We are in the year of Wonderstop.
which is really all we can ask for, you know?
Look at this guy. This guy. He doesn't know anything.
He
doesn't
doesn't.
know anything.
He doesn't, and he probably won't. He'll probably remain innocent like this for quite some time.
What?
He'll be
I'll
like,
play
"Oh,
Stanley Parable."
These guys are excited to play at the tea shop game. What weebs?
Tea
Little
shop
does he
game.
know.
What are you talking about? What's tea shop?
I don't think that weebs could be applied there, but
But that's what I'm saying. Taylor's just gonna like.
he's
label us
even
with
going to
something.
use the wrong word. Okay,
Exactly.
I get it.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? What game?
Yeah, precisely. See, this is what I'm talking about, Bree.
What are they saying?
At least we know what we're talking about, Bree.
What did they
Yeah,
do to
that's
us?
true.
What did they do to us? Tim Robinson. reference.
Taylor, there is a game coming out in the coming months called Wonder Stop.
Oh
which is
yeah,
a
We've
this
told you
one that
about
you guys are
multiple
so
times.
excited for. It's just like a
cutesy
farming
looking
sim
little
game.
farming tea shoppy type thing.
Why?
It's from the creator Davey Reedon, who wrote and directed Stanley Parable and The Beginner's Guide, both two very excellent games, which you would know if you knew.
Again, if you know, you know.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm surprised Sam's excited for Wonder Stop.
that's
Really.
because you think that it's just going to be a tea and farming sim.
Oh, what is this? Some like DDLC type thing where it looks like a little cute little classroom, little cozy
Taylor,
game, and then
not
underneath,
saying-
What are you talking
like,
about? DDLC is a cozy game.
like, and then underneath, it's like you're going to be eaten by
There's
the
like
underworld
meta
if you
levels
don't.
of gaslighting going on here. I feel
If
like
you don't
I'm getting
escape in
swept
10
up.
It's just
minutes.
Monica.
Wait, has the developer given hints that there is a crazy subplot underneath?
You should go watch the trailer again, Taylor. That's all. I'll say.
Yeah.
The full thing, front to
Cool.
back.
Wonder Stop is a narrative-centric cozy
Locked
game
in the whole time.
about change and tea. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because video game descriptions never lie, Taylor. They have to tell the truth. It's the law.
Yeah.
Moving on. PlayStation is working on bringing back, quote, deep cut, quote, unquote, franchises. Coming from VGC's Andy Robinson. I think it was on the VGC podcast this past week, where they were talking about Herman Holst's recent comments, where he was saying that I think was it a Japanese
I think it was.
Yeah.
Interview.
interview?
It was Japanese.
With
interview.
Famitsu, I think it might have
Or
been.
Famitsu.
Where he was asked, off of the success following on from Astrobot, a lot of people have asked for you to bring back legacy IP. So what are your plans? And Herman said, essentially a very PR non-talk answer, but that alongside developing new franchises, they were always considering opportunities to leverage legacy IP, which got everyone excited, including myself. Following on from that, as we say, Andy Robinson in the VGC podcast said that, quote, at least he knows at least a couple that they're working on, meaning a couple of games, saying that the games are, quote, deep cut old IP stuff, end quote. The news story specifically coming from Stephen Telby at Push Square. Are we surprised?
Mm-mm. I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I think that we are in an era of like remakes doing incredibly well. I think we're in an era of not only remakes, but like franchises being brought back. I think that we can see that this trend has been happening now for quite some time with the movie industry. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily like that shocking, because this is a very, I don't want to say it's like the easiest way for companies to make money, but this is an easy way for companies to make money. It's franchises that they already know are successful, so not much of a risk, and they just have to find a way to help make sure that the game is made smoothly, and that's basically just guaranteed money. So
Yeah. I think not only in terms of the era of remakes and stuff, but like you say, Bree, even if you look at like Capcom alone,
yeah.
like at the Game Awards, they're bringing back Onimusha, they're
Mhm.
bringing back Okami,
Mm-hmm.
and they say they're bringing back more beyond that as well that they haven't announced yet. Dino Crisis, for the love of God.
Game nobody's
think-
ever heard of.
That is
Dino
correct.
Crisis is
apparently.
amazing.
Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, and Capcom is like at the top of their game and incredibly successful and profitable at the minute, despite them doing all of these weird offshoot smaller things. And they put out stuff like Kunitsugami last year, which I don't know how successful that was, but it was unique and different and small and quirky. And I think that, especially now, following on from that and the success of Capcom and where they are, and now Astrobot and how that's been received, I think that if there was going to be a time where PlayStation were going to like seriously investigate and actively develop some stuff from their well of IP, it would be now. So makes sense. I guess I'm a little bit surprised we're hearing about it this quickly. Which might suggest that some stuff is closer than we think.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this isn't new, so I wouldn't guess that they've like been sitting on this for, forever and just not been doing anything.
Mm,
Because like Resident Evil remakes have been successful for years now.
sure. Sure. But what is it?
It is Bloodborne remake.
Yeah, what a deep cut.
Oh my god. It's time to stop.
It's no such thing.
It's time to stop with the Bloodborne stuff. Okay.
Deep cut old IP. I would love to see Dragoon come back.
Mm.
Mort the Chicken, as you guys know. Great franchise.
Mm.
Tom Clancy. That's not a PlayStation exclusive. I want more Splinter Cell.
I
games.
also don't know if that would be considered like a deep cut.
I just want more Splinter Cell. Remake Chaos Theory. How about it?
I do think that Resistance and maybe less so Killzone, but maybe Resistance might be considered a deep cut at this point.
I would,
yes.
and it's going to sound like copium because of course I would want it, but I do think it probably does fit into deep cut because as much as it was the franchise from Insomniac for a while, it didn't sell that well. It didn't break out into the mainstream. It is far more of a cult classic than Killzone was. I would say that if either of the shooters came back, it probably, unfortunately, would be Killzone because the Hellgast are more iconic. And if we're being real, Herman Holst is leading PlayStation right now. He was the head of Guerrilla, actively developed Killzone, and they're pushing Horizon quite hard. So I could see him being like, let's have another Guerrilla IP, whether it's being made by Guerrilla or not, at the front and center again. But I'd love it to be Resistance. I think when they say deep cut, my brain goes like really far back, and I don't think I'm correct in that because my brain goes to stuff like Vib Ribbon, Fat Princess, because like does Sly Cooper, is Sly Cooper a deep cut? I wouldn't say so, but it depends who you're asking, I guess. Like, would Andy Robinson consider Sly Cooper a deep cut?
Is Sly Cooper a deep cut? That's such a good question.
It's all subjective. Okay, so it's meh. I don't think it is.
Neither do I. I think it's close to being deep cut, but I think it's
That
just
Princess
on the wrong side of.
Is a deep cut.
Yeah.
Parappa the Rappa is a deep cut.
That's a shout as well, and did get.
Patapon, more Patapon, please.
Ape Escape is a deep cut.
They've already done more Patapon, but more Patapon.
Mod Nation Racers is a deep cut.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Concord is a deep cut.
Okay, let's. Bring
it will be at some point.
The grave.
Still too soon. Still too soon.
Concord is going to be such a deep cut that the fact that we've even played it will be like.
And I've got a physical copy.
Yeah,
it's true. For a game you cannot play.
Be like, back in my day, and just be walking around the cave.
Have you ever heard of a game called Concord? Yeah, but I also imagine like it's not part of the story. I would assume this is licensing out IP to external studios. It's not going to be coming from internal PlayStation teams. I could be wrong, and there could be like a splinter team within one of the bigger studios. So let's say it was Insomniac and it was Resistance. Let's say, because Insomniac is big enough to handle multiple projects at once. Once they get Wolverine out of the way, or what again, if Venom still exists, we don't know. But if the team that's working on that gets that out of the way, they're going to be moving to Spider-Man 3. So once the Wolverine team is done, maybe even just a subsect of that team is pre-pro on Resistance. I'm not sure. But like they've this month they're licensing out Freedom Wars to Konami, or is it Capcom? It's one of those two, to publish it, and it's a random dev studio working on it, but it's a PlayStation IP that they've licensed out. So I think that's how they'll do it. They'll do it to cover ground quickly, where it won't take away from the timelines of their internal studios, so they can still create the bangers, but then have external second-party teams working on their legacy stuff to whatever extent they want. And I think that's smart.
Do you think that you could consider the 2D Bloodborne game that was going to be made a deep cut?
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe so. Twisted Metal. Warhawk. Mag.
I think they should bring back Dragoon. I want a Dragoon game that's not turn-based. I know that's the whole thing with the game, but I want a non-turn-based.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that not that they're going to lose Final Fantasy, but there could be an argument made that they would want their own Final Fantasy if they sort of lose the exclusive edge of the Final Fantasy stuff, which they're going to eventually. I know that Dragoon isn't one-to-one with Final Fantasy, but close enough in sort of JRPG, traditionally turn-based with Dragoon. So
yeah, I mean, it occupies a similar space, but it's definitely not the same.
No, yeah. We'll see. Exciting times. See.
Yep. Bree.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about PS3 emulation?
I don't, but I will.
I can talk about it.
No, I got it. I just meant I don't. The emulation part.
Yeah, emulation.
PS3 emulation is on the way from the team who made PS Classics. Implicit Conversions, the company who were involved in porting PlayStation Classics to PS Plus and PS Store, are looking into PS3 emulation. As rumors continue to circulate that Sony is attempting to bring select PS3 games to PS5 natively, Implicit Conversions has confirmed that efforts are underway. Implicit Conversions website says the company is researching and prototyping the possibility of a PlayStation 3 emulator package for emulation engine syrup. Implicit Conversations added the PS3 emulation project to its roadmap a month ago and changed its status to dreaming about a week ago. This comes from Zarmina Khan at PS Lifestyle.
PlayStation 6, baby.
I think native PS3 titles will come to PS6.
I think it may well retroactively also be made available to PS5 somehow. But I think that realistically it's probably just going to be a specifically next-gen thing, which, like it or not, is a way that they can sway people into upgrading when next gen rolls around. Which isn't great, I know, but it is a selling point. You have the PS3 catalog on PlayStation Plus. you have digital PS3 games, whatever. We've worked out a way that you can maybe natively run them on PlayStation 6 by the console. I mean, it's inevitable. They have to do it at some point, because otherwise an
Do they
entire
have
generation
to?
I think they do, because game preservation is becoming more and more a hot topic in the digital age. And for them to lose an entire generation of games, a lot of which entire franchises, entire IPs are stuck there, it's an issue they have to resolve at some point. You can say the demand might not be super high for it, but it is an area that they will get clowned on by everybody else, Microsoft, Nintendo. They will be outpaced, and arguably are currently being outpaced. And I don't think that they can allow that to happen.
They could. I mean, they just could leave it on the PS. I mean, I don't know. Haven't they done that with PS1 and PS2 titles to a significant extent?
I mean, sure, but you can natively play PS1 and PS2 titles on PS5.
That's true. It's true.
Now, granted, it's not the entire library. Of course, it's not, and you can't play physical PS1 and PS2 games. But it is a native solution. And it's obviously not going to be the entire PS3 library when this happens. But to have at least a native solution, however extensive it is, that is working, that can be iterated and improved and expanded over time, I think it's in their best interest. Not only as, like I say, a selling point potentially for next gen, if it is a next gen only thing because of the hardware that they're going to be making to accommodate this, but also it's, I think, well, no, that's wrong, the point I was about to make, so I'll stop there. No, actually, no, I will say it, because I think it offers an additional incentive that they can, again, love it or hate it, lock behind PlayStation Plus Premium. So if they want to escalate the number of subscribers and or get the people from the lower tiers up to the higher tiers PS3 games natively, which is where a lot of people probably did enter the ecosystem during the PS3 era, that might be the tipping point that gets people to upgrade. So
might have gotten me, but I have a PS3 that I've been collecting for physically, so not right now.
exactly.
I have concerns that I have cloud saves for my PS3 games that won't get preserved.
Yeah.
Or my saves are all local. I guess that's the case on PS5 right now too, but PS3 it feels that way more so because servers are probably going to be shut down within the next 1 to 2 years. So
yeah,
being able to push that forward, that would be great.
I will also say another thing just popped into my head that makes this beneficial for Sony. Sony is currently having to pay to run PS3 server blades. That is going to get even more expensive and even more difficult to maintain over time. Now, they could just abandon it entirely to save money, or the solution could be that they have native emulation so that they don't need to run PS3 server blades. They could just have PS5 or PS6 server blades running the games through the cloud if you wanted to stream the games or natively download them to your console. So I think it does kill enough birds with one stone that however difficult it is, it probably is worth it in the long run on several fronts. It's not a guarantee currently. I think it will happen, but it's in the dreaming about category. So
I think my thing is that like I'm all for like conservation, and I'm glad that they are taking the steps to do this. But yeah, I don't know. I think that like saying that they like have to do this is a very strong statement, because corporations show that they don't really care about us. So
yeah,
just thoughts.
But they like money,
They do.
and this is a way to get a lot of money from a lot of people.
It is a way, yes.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
So we shall.
All right. Well, shall we get into it? Our predictions
What are we
for
getting into?
PlayStation 2025. Yep.
The year of Xbox.
Indiana Jones looks pretty cool, right? I know you hate it, Sam, but yeah.
The first half is very good. Second half is a real stinker.
Wow. Jeez. Well, Avowed comes out in 2 months, or less than 2 months. Excited for that, E.
If it comes to PlayStation, maybe, yeah. Oh, sorry, when it comes to PlayStation.
Euro Truck. Oh, well, we know Nordic Horizons DLC for a Euro Truck Sim 2. Should be a pretty
The
big deal.
highlight of the year, obviously.
Yeah. Euro Truck Sim 2 port to console. Come on, SCS software, do it.
I don't know if that's likely, honestly, Taylor.
Snow Runner's there, Mud Runner's there, different developers. Farming Sims on console, just bring over Euro Truck. All right. Toph is ow. Toph's hurting me.
What about Scott?
Well, geez. Okay, what are guys? Get more enthusiastic. This episode, you've been all la, 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 la. We've been kind of flatlining it. We need to get into it, guys. We need to get into it.
What are you talking about, Taylor?
We need to get into it. I want to get enthusiastic. Come on. Ow. 2025 for PlayStation. My hand hurts. All right. What is happening? What's happening? A lot's happening.
A lot is happening.
It seems like I'm the only one to write to my predictions on the show notes, so I hope you two have predictions written down somewhere.
I have 10 predictions written separately so that
you did not tell me to have 10, Sam. I have 5 right now.
I didn't say that you needed any amount of predictions. I just said I wrote 10.
Don't worry about me. I'm just fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. I need a mic arm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Need a mic arm. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing this? Are we doing go around the room? Everyone shares their predictions, person by person.
We're playing Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah. Why not?
All right. And should I be the master scribe? I'll do it.
Good boy.
Are we doing a scoring structure for this? What's happening?
I don't think we have to do that. If you want to do that, I'm game.
No, let's not do that. We'll see if the scoring
I'm happy
for
for this
Fantasy
to
Critic.
just be a fun thing.
When we dunk on people again, Sam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So my predictions for the year, I wrote down 5. Ghost of Yotei launches in May. They really need to announce that soon. Death Stranding launches in September. Sorry, Death Stranding 2 on the beach launches in September, that is. God of War Remastered Collection is announced for all games pre-God of War 3. Metal Gear Solid Delta releases in the fall. Sly Cooper will get a new game announcement. These are my predictions. Also, side note, I did not realize until today the God of War Saga collection on PS3 only included Chain of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta as redeemable voucher codes, not on the physical disc. There's a separate Origins collection for them physically. That's not part of the saga, which pisses me off. So to get all the God of War games physically, I have to get the Origins collection and 1 and 2 remastered and Ascension. Separate. All those 2 collections in Ascension separately. And then I already have God of War 3. Anyway. Yeah, those are my predictions. You guys think I'm crazy, off base here?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
I think they're plausible. I don't know how I feel about Yotei in May.
Yotei in May? It's gonna be May. Yeah, Toph likes it too.
I mean,
Yeah.
we know nothing's coming prior to April, right? So it's possible.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
they
know.
said nothing in the first quarter, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing in the first quarter.
Yeah, but that still makes May eligible.
Yeah, but that's the first month of the second quarter.
But
no,
it's also
no, it's not. It's the second month of the second quarter. April is the first month of the second quarter.
yes, but it's also like summer. So
May is not summer.
yeah, but
Yes, I know second quarter is summer. Part of summer.
excellent. Glad we're on the same page. My brain would lead me to think that Death Stranding is first. But I don't know. Everything else is like, yeah, okay, I could see it. Interesting. You don't think that like 3 and Ascension would be part of the collection? I know God of War 3 has already been remastered.
When I said pre God of War 3, I meant to
Up
include
to
Ascension.
and including.
I meant to, because God of War 3 was already remastered for the PS4.
Sure, but
That's back on PS5.
Would it not just be bundled into the collection anyway, without any extra work being done?
I guess they could do that.
Which would mean it's a lot of games in one collection. But
yeah, that would be 7. No. 5, 6. God of War 1 through 3, that's 3. Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, Ascension, that's 6.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's possible. I like them.
All right.
I think Metal Gear is sooner than 4, though.
All right. Sure, Sam. Bree.
Why me?
Okay, Sam. What are your predictions,
Sam? Bree just has such fire predictions that she wants to go last.
Okay.
That's what it is. So I'm going to say, first off, PlayStation is going to hold a showcase in the first half of this year.
Sorry. That was just very non-specific.
I will not commit.
That's a cop-out prediction.
It kind of is. That's okay. Good thing we're not doing points.
You want a caveat? Good, because I've got them.
Oh.
It will not be a back-to-back banger showcase. It will not be the E3 presentation of dreams that we were hoping, but at least 3 new first-party titles will be revealed.
That's part of one prediction.
Yes.
Okay.
I will also, this is a new prediction. By the end of the year, we will officially, and this could be roped in with the first prediction, we will officially know about the following games. Horizon Online.
We will know about them? What does that mean?
Meaning they've been officially announced in like an official
revealed,
capacity.
Okay.
And we will know to some extent what the game is about. We will also know what Cory Barlog is working on.
And would be nice.
We will also know what Bluepoint is working on.
This is all part of the showcase.
I mean, it can be, yes. This could be separate things. This could be things that show up in State of Plays, but by the end of the year, we will know what these games are. And we will also know exactly release date when Wolverine is coming. Whether that means it is out by the end of the year or it is sometime early 2026, we will have a date by the end of this year.
All right.
Another prediction. And this is one that it might be a little bit spicy that people might not like. I have a feeling that Bluepoint.
Okay.
I was thinking that too.
Is not working on an original game.
They lied?
No. Because all they've said is original new content. They have not commented about
What's
IP.
the official quote?
Wait, so you're saying
New
Blue Point is not working on an
content.
original game, but they're making original content for a game that already exists?
And my prediction is, and I don't think anybody else has said this unless I've like subconsciously picked this up somewhere.
We're
I'm gonna
working on an original title.
yes. So that's not new IP. And I think another comment they've made is about like new original content or something. I'm going to say, going to go real crazy that people aren't going to like. I'm going to say they are co-developing Barlog's new IP.
Okay.
Another
Well,
prediction.
Sam's just lost his mind now.
Either Fair Games or Marathon will release this year, but we will not get both.
Fair Game should go take a hike. All right.
Another prediction. PlayStation / Sony will secure primary marketing rights for GTA 6.
I think that's a pretty safe one.
And I will add a caveat on, and this we don't have to write this, but this is just like a understandable known quantity if this is true. If the game releases this year, PlayStation will have its highest hardware and software sales this generation to date.
Yeah.
Another prediction. Tangential, but I'm going to bring it up.
Wait, sorry, just to clarify that last one.
Yes.
Do you mean like over the entire life, or do you mean like this year they'll be selling really well?
Yeah, so like
year over year, they'll have their highest in the generation so far.
Can I
so over the course of this
make
year,
a slight pushback on this one? Because
if
Switch
you
2
like
is
to.
launching this year.
Yeah, I'm saying PS5 will have its
highest
hardware
compared to itself, not compared to Switch.
I understand it's not compared to Switch, but I'm saying people aren't going to be buying PlayStations if there's another new console.
Oh, yes, they will.
Yeah,
GTA 6 is going to be massive.
GTA 6 isn't on Switch.
I would still argue that it's not going to be its highest year over year. But
if GTA 6 comes out, I think there's no holds. It's going to be
2026, right?
A lot of sales.
We'll see.
GTA
but I think
6,
there may be
2026.
I mean, there is a ring to it.
Very possible. There's a ring to it.
Hence why it's a caveat that if GTA 6 releases this year, I think by a considerable margin, PS5 will have its best sales to date. Another prediction, I'm going to say it because that's just what I do. Microsoft's Project Latitude will become even more aggressive. I'm going to say that both Hellblade 2 and Starfield will be announced and released within this year.
Wow.
And I will say that another major release from Xbox this year that as of right now is labeled as exclusive will have a PS5 date announced by the end of the year.
Sorry, could you repeat that? So another major exclusive from Xbox
that is currently known as an exclusive. So they haven't said anything other than Xbox. Mm-hmm. It will have a PS5 release date by the end of the year. So that could be Avowed. It could be South of Midnight. It could be, I mean, it probably is not going to be Fable because Fable is going to be at the end of the year if it hits. And my final prediction, Sony / PlayStation will make a single acquisition this year. A single acquisition.
Game studio acquisition.
Yes. It will not be a publisher. Obviously. That probably goes without saying at this point. But I will say that whatever it is that they acquire, it will be very clear that it is IP focused. So whatever they scoop up, it will be a studio, a team that has notable IP attached to it. Does that conveniently align with things I've said in the past of, a Remedy? Yes. Does that mean I think it's going to be Remedy? Probably not. But also maybe. But I'm not going to say that is part of my prediction. I'm just going to say they will make a single studio acquisition. It could just be Arrowhead, to be fair. But I would have thought that if Arrowhead were going to be scooped up, they would have done it by now, which probably suggests to me that Arrowhead, if Sony did offer, declined. So.
All right. Bold boy.
Yeah.
Bree, what do you think?
I don't think GTA 6 is coming out this year.
Good prediction.
I think Yote will hit. I agree with you, Taylor. I feel like May will be one release date, and then I think September or August for On the Beach. And then I think that there's going to be one other game in the early November slot. That'll be a decently big game. I would like that game to be Wolverine.
Comes out November?
Think, yeah, early November. I think that makes sense in my head for time frames and stuff. I don't know for sure that it will be that game, but it's what makes sense in my head.
Okay.
I agree with Sam that we'll probably see Corey's game this year. I don't know if that's Copium. I think that we're going to get something Bloodborne related, and I'm not just saying that, but like I'm being legit. I'm not
really
memeing.
think so. All right.
If it's going to happen, it will be this year.
Yeah.
The 10th anniversary is in 2 months.
Yeah, that's why. And I agree on the sentiment that either Fair Games or Marathon will come out this year.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is that Fair Games will come out, but the reason I say that is because Bungie's been having such a hard time recently, for multiple reasons. If they do launch Marathon, I think like this year, I think I'll be worried about the game. Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm going to tell you what's not going to come out this year. Kingdom Hearts, the new one. It's not coming out this year. I think that's a pretty safe prediction. And I would like to make a very specific prediction that Silk Song will not come out on PlayStation this year.
Did you see there was a Reddit post earlier in the week, and there was if Hollow Knight Silksong releases in 2026, I will give to everyone who comments on this post a copy of the game.
I'm not saying that the game will or won't come out this year. I'm saying regardless of whether it does or does not come out this year, I don't think it'll be on PlayStation this year.
Interesting. Is there logic behind that?
The fact that they have like a deal with Xbox makes me think that they're going to try and do like a timed exclusivity.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm thinking that even if Silksong does come out this year, which I'm very hesitant that it will, then I don't think it'll be out on PlayStation this year. Based on how long it took them, because if you're looking at the time frame on the Wikipedia for release, it released on Windows in February of 2017 and didn't release on console, specifically PlayStation and Xbox, until September of 2018, which is a year and a half difference. I do think that it won't be that big of a difference, but I think that the gap will be enough to push it out of this year.
Interesting.
I'm really hoping it comes out this year, but I was just reading the Wikipedia, and it says that it's like over twice the size of the first game. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, here's the numbers for you. Team Cherry stated Silksong is going to be very large, including at least 165 new enemies and over 100 different checkpoints, the benches, throughout the game world. And to give it a comparison, there were 41 in the first game.
I mean, it's shocking, like the size, but also it's been long enough.
That's
that
what
it's
she
like,
said.
fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken this long. I would expect it to be sizable.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is that like they have to be doing something with this game, because when I was looking at the timelines, not to get on like a huge tangent, but the game was like the concept of the game was developed during a game jam in 2013, and then it was released in official capacity in 2017. They did
Right.
have a really a very short window from like saying it was going to release to actually being released. I think like the time period was like 2 weeks. So I'm not shocked that we don't have a release date yet. Because it seems like they like to release very quickly. When you look at that time frame of 2013 to 2017 to create an entire new franchise, new world, like that whole thing, they did that in 4 years. And it's been, if we just want to pretend that they started working on this in 2018 after they launched the PlayStation version, they've been working on it for 6 years, which is 2 years longer thus far.
Yeah.
So and they did not have to come up with like a new art style, a new franchise. That's not to say that there won't be some iteration in Hollow Knight, but that is to say that it's not something new anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get scared that this game won't come out until like 2027. So
Perhaps.
they really should not have announced it in 2019.
Yeah. Oh man.
That was very silly of them. I think that's all of the predictions I had. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll call it there.
All right.
You could throw out some silly stuff like I think Split Fiction will be in the Game of the Year contender, but that's an easy
What
one.
is Split Fiction?
The new Haze-like game.
They made
They
it
did
Takes
too.
Two.
Oh, okay.
I'm very excited about that game.
Oh, it's
Not
another
as
co-op
excited
game.
as I am for Wanderstop.
Of course.
I still haven't finished It Takes Two. My duo quit on me.
We should play A Way Out, Bree.
I've played that before.
No.
I haven't, Taylor.
Sam, let's play A Way Out. Let's escape prison together.
I'd be up for it.
Taylor, don't get your hopes too high.
I don't have PS Plus, so I don't know if I'd be able to do it on PlayStation.
I'll figure something out.
Let's see. Can you play A Way Out deal? Can you play A Way Out without PS Plus?
You can play it on Steam.
Yeah.
That's where I own it. It's on Steam.
Yeah, but on Steam you could play. Oh wait, you have it on Steam.
I'm pretty
You
sure.
said you played it already. Yeah. How much is A Way Out? $30 when not on
Unless I'm
sale.
like not thinking of the right game, but I'm pretty sure because it's the two brothers, right? Yeah. Wait. Did I play it on PlayStation? Because it says I don't own it on Steam. I know I for sure played it.
A Way Out is $3 in Epic Game Store right now. Okay.
Yeah.
I need you to go buy it.
Right now.
Right now.
Maybe. What if I have it free on Epic just from their
What
free
if?
games? This would be so on brand if this was true. No, I don't have it. Okay.
What if everyone just learned how to wipe their butts?
Mm.
Do you think we'd have a different world?
I don't like that idea of you bringing that up and putting it in my head. Not a fan.
Yeah, Sam, get A Way Out on Epic Game Store. Thanks.
All right, Taylor, I'll do it. Okay.
Oh, wait, can you
You
just
guys
do it with
played
one copy?
Operation Tango?
I I know I tried it. I didn't.
It's really
play
fun.
fully
I like
through it.
that one.
Yeah, it was good from what I remember. So
Oh, you only need one copy to own the game.
that is the whole shtick. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sam, buy it.
Sam,
Sam,
buy it.
bang.
Please don't. Well, time zones are going to be tough. We'll figure it out.
Have you guys ever played Freddy the Fish?
No.
You're just making stuff up now. Brie.
Friday the 13th. We played Friday the 13th.
Freddy the Fish is such a good game. I'm being so serious. It's a point and click game. I still own it on Steam. It's
Dude,
so good.
I wish Friday the 13th was still online. It'd be so fun to have a save the game multiplayer with Friday the 13th on it.
If the qualifying factor is games that you own on Steam, Bree.
Freddy the Fish is so good. Look it up.
Not sure that's a ringing endorsement.
Look it up. It's so good.
We'll have to not that we have to do it now, but we'll have to make some predictions soon about what we think the game of the year lineup is going to be this year.
Can we
I don't know
make
about
predictions about how many games I'll play this year?
Probably like
Wait. How many games I will finish this year? Because play is a different thing.
Zero.
I finished a lot of games last year.
Under duress, most likely.
Yeah, you stressing me out.
I know, because I needed answers for the game of the year list, Bree.
I have finished like 6. I finished 6 games last year. Kind of 7 because I finished Erdtree. I just didn't finish the last boss.
So is that really finishing?
So like 6.9 because that's funny.
Oh, okay.
If you get to like 3 meters before the finish line and you stop, is that really finishing?
Yeah, if you like face plant and your hand reaches the finish line.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. No.
Sam, I don't appreciate your judgment. I read more books than you last year. My final count for the year, guys, 149. Not bad.
Wow.
Yeah, couldn't quite get to 150 though, could you?
149.
Rookie numbers.
7 is my favorite number, so I wanted to stop at 49.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like excuses.
It wasn't, but okay.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for listening for the first episode of 2025. Remember, you can find us on YouTube at Save the Game Media, Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky at Save the Game Media. Is that our Blue Sky? Thought I updated our show notes for it, but I don't think I did.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Save the Game Media, Blue Sky. Yep. But where can people find you, Bree?
You can find me at Fabulous Brianna, FABULASTBRENNA.
All right. What about you, Sam?
Am I going delusional or did something just like dart across your screen, Taylor? I swear out of the corner of my eye, just sort of dark.
Was my water bottle, maybe?
Oh, maybe that was what that freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie.
It was Scott. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, we do know Scott is there, so.
Yeah. People can find me anywhere and
with
everywhere.
Scott.
No. Don't you start those rumors. At Sam Heaney, HEANEY.
Sam, have you migrated to Blue Sky yet?
I am on Blue Sky, yes.
Sam, has Scott migrated to Blue Sky yet?
You can find me as Mr. Carter9 on PSN. That's MRCARTERNINE. TPR Taylor on Discord. TPR in Euro Truck Simulator. TPR1, that is, in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Someone took the name TPR in Euro Truck Sim 2. Sorry, no, that was World of Trucks. They took it. I think my name in Euro Truck Sim 2 should still be TPR without the number 1. But anyway, yeah, dude, hit me up. We'll deliver some cargo. Deliver some freight, some forklifts. Oh, yeah. Anyway, thank y'all so much for listening. Huh?
Is it any hoozles?
Thank y'all so much for listening. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, I read... Oh, we're